Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the Wakeboarding Unleashed Let's Play on Couches and Cables, where today we're hopefully going to do Florida and the Delta in the same episode. Well, we are. No matter what, I'm combining these into one episode. But if you're seeing this as episode 4, then that means that this worked out and we unlocked that level. If you're not seeing this as episode 4, then obviously I had to come back to this. So, that's the way we're going to do it here. But yeah, it's just 9 hardcore challenges, as it says. No gaps, no objectives. So yeah, it's a bit of an interesting, situation here. Yeah, they call them hardcore challenges. In my opinion, this level's never been like so bad, in my opinion. So let's see here. Did we do it? Yeah, barely. All right, nice. So first challenge done there. Board Slide King complete. We unlocked 2 more challenges. Yeah, we're gonna unlock the challenges as we go here. What percentage do we need to unlock the next level? 32%. We'll probably do it. Yeah, I think this will definitely be able to be episode 4. Okay, let's do this. All right, 150,000 points in 60 seconds. So that's a lot of points. And we've gotten combos higher than that though, so we can do this. But definitely for like someone who is not... okay, it doesn't all need to be in the same combo, but being in the same combo helps for sure, because then you get to, then you get to do it properly. By the way, I've never needed to use like special tricks in this game. Like, I've always been able to play this game without like any special tricks or anything like that, just because I've never, like, this might be a hot take, but in these wakeboarding games or snowboarding games, these extreme sports, skateboarding, whatever, where you're doing tricks and shit, I've never been passionate about tricks, like, ever. And in the past, that screwed me up. Like, if anyone here has watched the original Amped Let's Play, you notice that I had to kind of learn tricks to be able to beat that. But this game is easy enough, in my opinion, that you don't need to. Like, you can just spam buttons and you'll make it through. The more challenge of this game ends up being actually, like, making, like, jumps and making, like, these gaps and stuff. And, of course, I got screwed up right at the beginning, or at the end. I was going to be so happy if that right there was a first time run completion. But no, I got screwed up at the end. Oh yeah, there's my feel about tricks in like stuff like that in video games, mainly like Tony Hawk's wakeboarding and come on man, why is it pulling me at the end there? Yeah. I don't know why I'm even saying wakeboarding games, because I'm pretty sure, like, are there even any other wakeboarding games out there? Like genuinely speaking, I'm not talking about, like, wakeboarding portions of a game. Like, I think of something like Wii Sports Resort, where there's a wakeboarding, like, mini game. Are you serious? We didn't get enough fucking feet? Okay, whatever. This is what I'm saying. Every single iteration of time I play this game, it's something different. Something else that's, like... Really? Like, I've never experienced that. But yeah, anyone in the comments want to let me know if there's any other, like, wakeboarding games that exist? Because I genuinely don't know. I can think of, like, yeah, games that have wakeboarding portions, but not, full-on wakeboarding games. So, anyway. 20-second combo, so, as it suggests, we have to stay in a combo for 20 seconds. So, keep board sliding, keep manualing, keep being in the air, stuff like that. So you can kind of do that however you want to in this area. What I kind of try to do is, I try to board slide as much as possible, just because, because manualing can screw you up in this. I think if I start tricking here, that starts it a little earlier, so I should probably do that. That'll at least buy me, like, a couple seconds. I'm trying to make this jump because fun. No other reason not to. Alright. There we go. Nice. Alright, we're almost there. There we go. It's more fun if I can do it without manualing. I like just staying on those rails there. Alright. I mean, that's always been my favorite portion, like, kind of this game, is, like, the combos with rails and figuring out what gaps there are with all these rails and, like, finding, like, kind of, like, interesting areas in that way. Like, for example, in the last area we did in Springfield, having, like, the gaps that, like, allow you to jump up on rooftops and stuff is really interesting to me. Alright, so we've got another star search here. And this one, if I recall, is one of the few star searches in the game where there are only 25 stars. So you either beat it and get collectible master, or you fail it, right? So this is one of the few challenges in this game that are like that. Let's stay up here. In fact, I'll give myself some speed boost here. They do give us a good amount of time here, but yeah, we just got this small little, like, loop. Let's see. I'm gonna maybe see if I can launch myself onto, like, a rail out there. I was kind of close, but did not work out. What's the best way to get up there? Something like that, maybe? I'm trying to do it from, like, this jump right here, but this is not... So far, it's not been working out. That's been getting me too far. So I might have to try to use the wake to get up there, which I'm not looking forward to. Obviously, I've been able to do this in the past, and honestly, if I remember... What the fuck? Yeah, I was going to say, if I remember correctly, this hasn't caused me many issues, but here it is today. Oh my god. Dude, what? I genuinely... Oh, man. Now we're going to actually run out of time here. I may have to try to, yeah, like, start from up here or something. Nope. Okay, where are we right now? On this other side. Alright, I'll try to wake it one more time. Manual. Nope. Okay, so that's okay. Fail, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that jump right there. Normally that hasn't been such a big issue for me. This one's totally fine right here, but the other one is causing me issues, clearly. Let's try, like, some... Yeah, I keep going past it, like, every time. Let's get a head start. Oh, just trying to get a head start on this, like... There we go. This middle thing. There's also a bunch of stars still in the water over there that I have to keep in mind. But yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to think. There's going to be some, like, correct way to jump up there, but just kind of not exactly doing it. That was close. It was also not the right... Oh, no, that was the right one. Okay. Well, now I have to go all the way around. Yeah, and I still don't think that may have been correct. I'm thinking just don't fully launch, like... See, that's not enough. Something right in between. Come on. It's being very generous with the letting me go again. There we go. That'll do it. And actually, I don't want to collect the rope there. Okay. That did it. All right. Yeah, kind of like that halfway thing. What a nice camera angle. All right, we unlocked a new level. So yeah, we're totally good. We're going to be able to do the Delta in today's episode. So I know it's a little bit out of order, but I figure putting both of these, like, entirely challenge mode levels together, especially when they're, like, short and going to take up half the time of a other level, I figure that makes the most sense. You know, alternatively, I could have had just, you know, these episodes be really short, but I figure, you know, A, like, you guys prefer the longer recordings, and B, you know, it's going to look better in terms of, like, a consistent episode length. So... And C, because I prefer to do it this way. I told myself I would. But, Regardless. All right, so this right here, we've only got the wake, right? No, nothing else that we can use. You know, my favorite thing. Totally. Oh, fuck me. Come on. I think I would have done it there, wouldn't I? Or maybe not. Wasn't paying attention. Probably not, no. Come on. Gotta be close. Yeah, there it is, landed. Okay. Master the wake. Yeah, you know, my favorite part of the game is not having any rails or anything like that. But, okay, well, there we go. We're going all the way to another thing. Board slide all rails before time ends here. Ugh. I say ugh because it's just another situation like that hot water right here with all the rails, and probably gonna have issues with this, but you know how it be. Come on. Come on. I also feel like they just like I mean, they give you like just barely enough time to make this jump here, and so like I'm already like pressured into being like, okay, I gotta make this jump. I'm jumping over it now. Yeah, these levels in the past, or these challenges have always historically I've just had issues with. I mean, I enjoy it. Like, once you get it, like this right here, assuming we actually make it. Yes, we did, I think. No, we didn't because of that problem. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you'll know because you'll get the gap, right? Isn't that the whole thing here? Oops. I'm not going to upgrade quite yet if I can help it. But yeah. Okay. Come on. There you go. I'm like, let's make it. Oh, see, I fucked it up. I'm pretty sure again. Yep, didn't get the gap. Okay. I mean, I guess I could have landed it just to make sure that, you know, I wasn't gonna do it, but it's okay. Let's see, what is up with this? This is so inconsistent. I'm trying to avoid cutting stuff out, especially because these areas are so short, and I know if I start cutting stuff out, it's just gonna, like, shorten the episode. But at the same time, I also don't want the entire episode content to be you watching me fail this jump over and over again. Right? Is that fair? So my hope is that I can just do it. Come on. There we go. Let's double jump here at this point. That'll do it. So there you go. You get that like little gap right there, quote unquote gap. That signifies that you did it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the next level is not any easier. It's another one of these launches right here. So you get 3 challenges in this in Florida that are just straight up, hey, make this launch jump. So the doozy part about this challenge, this is probably the worst one, just off of the virtue of the fact that like, you need to, so like, I should not have restarted there because, this first one you can restart all you want, right? Like, it's totally fine. You didn't have any targets, but the moment you restart the next time, you lose all your target progress. And you do get those 3 strikes. So like technically I should not have restarted and just took the strike. That's technically what I should have done. So there we go. Now it's like once you make that jump, the rest of this is pretty easy. Like the next part is literally just, staying up there. It's this first, okay, don't restart. Baba. Don't restart. That was causing me issues. Dude. I might need to use my stat points here. Just on the fucking airtime and jump height and stuff. Dude, seriously. It's also another thing that would help here is I think turning. So let's upgrade a couple turnings, and then I don't know what air control does, but that might help too. Yeah, because this has been causing me issues here. Ah! Goodness gracious. Yeah, this is not quite fun. Okay. Got it. All right. There we go. And also, as soon as you want to jump, by the way, you want to trick. If you don't trick after jumping, you run the risk of it basically, you know, failing you because you haven't started a combo by the time that timer reaches 0. So just a, you know, heads up, that's something to watch out for as well that I'm having to do. All right, come on. Let's double jump here. There we go. That's what I like to see. Did it with no strikes. Plenty of retries, though. And for all that trouble, we actually do get a new board, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to see if I can actually enable that. I think what I have to do here is quit to the main menu and do it that way. So let's head on in here, continue, and then select board. And we now have this one. So this one gives a bonus to rail balance and air control. So, I mean, why not? So let's do it. And now we're going to head into the Delta. So, you know, like I said, slightly out of order, but pairing these into one episode, to me, makes sense. And I hope that it makes sense to you guys too. But if not, I apologize. All right, so we're starting out with target practice this time. In my opinion, this target practice is much better. So at least there's that. There we go. We hit that target. Okay. And if I remember correctly, the last. First of all, okay, let's just. I don't want to restart the whole thing. If I remember, the last target has kind of some sort of quirkiness to it, and I'm just trying to remember what it is. Okay, there we go. Yeah, did not need to double jump. All right. Yeah, it's all the way at the end there. I think the quirkiness is that I don't want to, like, what is it? I don't want to grab onto the rope, even though the game suggests you do, because the boat stops, which is really random. I don't know why. All right, got that corner. Good enough. Okay, unlock 2 challenges, so let's see what we got here. We got board slide, panic king, and video shoot. All right, board slide 200 feet in 20 seconds. We can do this. It's, you know, just a matter of staying on these rails. Let's get a little bit of momentum from that boat. I screwed it up at the very end. Come on. This one's pretty particularly easy. I think just the thing that I'm pretty sure is the deal with this challenge is you need to let go of the rope. Otherwise, the boat tugs you in a way that you don't make it on these rails. All right, there we go. That one was pretty easy. Board slide king panic. Let's not crash, please. Thank you. You know, at least if it would crash here, there's not like a bunch of gaps that I would need to redo, which happened in the Bayou episode. So that was not fun. But, all right, so we do need 100,000 points here in this video shoot. I'm so happy that I need to do that. Oh man, I'm not even close. I hate that the rope keeps snapping too, by the way. And doesn't the boat stop here? Yeah, the boat stops here. So I need a new strategy. I think what I've done in the past is gone on the rails. Yeah, you'll notice that the score requirements are a lot higher now. You know, mainly because I skipped out on a few levels that we'll obviously be going back to. Next episode, we'll be heading into Hong Kong. So, you know, everything after today will be in order. It's just today's episode that's we're doing this situation. Oh my god, I must have barely gotten it. Whew! All right. Thank goodness, because you know me in video shoots. Not a fan. All right. 150,000 points panic. So let's get that much in 60 seconds. Let's do it. Just a bunch of rails here. Pick your rail, I guess. We're going this way. I don't know if this is a good idea. I feel like the boat is like super far. Oh no, it actually went all the way out here for me. Okay. Does it like kind of change? Like it must change course a little bit. I didn't even get to see the other side. I got all my points in one combo there. All right, another new level. All right. Well, anyway, hot water here. So, you know, we know hot water. Stay outside the water. Yeah, let's do just that. I also like, this is a random topic, but I've like, those that have played Tony Hawk's games know that they all come with like their own like kind of level editor situation. Man, I need to be double jumping right there. And it's interesting to me that Wakeboarding Unleashed does not have one. I always imagined like retrospect of this game that like a level editor for this could totally work in like the Delta and Florida areas, in my opinion. Like I feel like these areas are set up like, you know, with the customizable like positions of where rails could be and like ramps and stuff like that. That's kind of like, oh, what the shit? That's kind of how I've always like in my brain like headcanoned like a possibility, but you know, obviously that didn't happen. But what this game does have that, as far as I know, Tony Hawk's games don't have is the co-op mode. You know, I know Tony Hawk's games do have like a 2-player mode for the most part. It's usually just like the challenges, like you know, like trying to get the most points and stuff like that. But this game genuinely has like a mode where one person plays as the boat and the other person, you know, plays as the dude wakeboarding. And that will be a bonus episode, like, or actually it will be multiple bonus episodes. So we'll see that. I will either do it with the dynamic duo or just with like maybe a couple other people in the channel. I'm not so sure yet if Danya's interested in playing this. If she is, then of course I'll do it with her. But if not, then, you know, we'll do it with some other guys. We'll just see what the situation is here. All right, so I should be going a little bit more ham with the points here because this is a points panic. All right, that's gonna get like half of it there. I wanted to see the other area this time. I could have kept that combo, but I wanted to like loop around so you guys could see. You know, totally intentional right there. I was not good on purpose. All right, that should do it. There we go. All right, and now we've got the last 3 challenges unlocked here. And if everything goes according to plan, the timing here is actually pretty immaculate, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, 20-second combo once again. Very similar to the Florida ones. We got this loop here. This one, though, you kind of do have to manual through a little bit. I don't think there's a way to stay on rails. Yeah, definitely not a way to stay on rails throughout this whole thing. So you do have to manual a bit here. Oh, that, it kind of got rid of the, whatever, didn't matter anyway. I was gonna say, did you guys see that, like, yeah, that was weird. Alright. I'm also remembering there was a time that I was able to bug the game, and have it be in groove mode in the Delta area, and I recorded it, and I'm gonna try to see if I still have that recording, because if I do, I'll probably attach it to the end of today's episode. I never commentated on it, or maybe not today's episode. Oh my god, that didn't do it because I crashed. But I want to attach it to a Wakeboarding Unleashed episode because I found it very interesting. I I have no idea what I did, by the way. Like, I wish that I could replicate that bug, because it was actually kind of cool. Like, it was just groove mode in this area. Like, I think there were none of like the rails and stuff. I think like the middle island and like, you know, some of the other like features here that are always here are there, but like it was just a very bizarre situation. And like the boat totally went around like, you know, a significant chunk of this area. I really need to see if I can find that recording. I'm pretty sure me describing this situation here is causing me to screw up. This is really not that hard. But me talking is causing it to be hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like the problem with Let's Playing. I feel like people always underestimate like Let's Playing a game. It really does make it more difficult. Like trying to focus on like playing and commentating, like trust me. I don't know, maybe for some people it comes more naturally. I feel like at this point, like I've been doing this long enough that like I'm just so used to it. I'm so used to it to the point that when I play games on my own, I do talk to myself. I will admit that. You know, if that's embarrassing or whatever, but like that's literally like how it is. I usually don't play too many games like by myself anymore, just because life, and you know, I've found some other kind of like interests and hobbies as well. God, I hate how at the end there it's turning me the wrong direction. Yeah. But yeah, I don't play too many games on my own, but when I do, I definitely released the rope too early there. When I do, I talk to myself. So, okay. Come on. That works, sort of. Alright. Why? I just lost every single piece of momentum that I once had. Okay. I do remember this being kind of a sticking point in the past. This little area, but... Come on. There we go. Now we're kind of going in a straight line there. Perfect. Okay. That's how it's meant to be there. That's like, I think, the only count to 10 in the game that relies on you manualing. If I'm thinking about that. All right, so, you know, instead of a count to 5 and a count to 10, we have count to 10 and then second count to 10, which is a little funny. This is the only point in the game where that's like that. You know, maybe, I wonder if in the past they intended for like a count to 20, and they were like, okay, that's... How are we going to fit 20 numbers in here? So then they didn't go for it. All right, come on. Let's... Yeah, if I remember correctly, this one also kind of stinks because it doesn't really... Oh, right, I have to combo. I guess this kind of relies on you manual. You know what? What am I saying? There are a couple of instances where it does rely on you manualing, but it's always for like a little portion versus like... last couple numbers. Okay. Dude, I was not paying attention there. That's my bad. My bad. My bad. Okay. Okay, sick. Sick. Yeah, the boat kind of is there's a correct time to like let go of the rope on this one, and it's a little annoying. So that's the beef I have with this level. Dude, what? Come on. You serious? Yes! I barely made it there. Yeah, if I remember correctly on this one, it's like you barely have enough to make that. There we go. We got another new board. So I'll try to remember to show that off next time. hopefully. But yeah, there we go. All done. So I will upgrade some stuff too, by the by. Yeah, turning and just jump height. Let's get jump height maxed, and then maybe some balance there. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next time we're actually going to be backtracking. We're going to head into Hong Kong and continue our way down there. In the right order from now on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.